Hey guys, I'm back out here in the garden again. It is very early in the morning. It's for me anyway, 9:04. I'm out here to get these grapes planted into their flower pots. I'm already ready to burn my holes inside of my pots. I started to put them in smaller pots just for this year. But then when I looked at the pot that I was going to put them in, which was the little whiskey barrel pot that I have, it's not that much smaller than this. So I decided to go ahead on and just use these, and that way I won't have to transfer anymore. These are the 17.5 gallon, but this says 17 gallons, so it's even a little half a size smaller than the other ones that I had last year, because they said 17.5. And I thought I was really just buying the exact same thing, but it says 17-gallon bucket in black. So I have 3 of these. I'm going to be using 2 today. I do think I'm going to put grass in the bottom of this. If I had to use the barrel buckets, the whiskey barrel little type buckets, I would have put all soil in it. But with this, I'm not going to fill this up with all soil. I'm going to put a little glass clippings to the bottom of it. And I already have my little burner and ready to burn these holes in here. I'm out here early. It has already rained, even though the weatherman say the rain is not coming until 8 o'clock tonight. It started raining during the night, so it's already quite wet out here. It's already very wet. And so I'm kind of working in between the showers to get this done. And I kind of want my holes in the side like of the bucket and not so much at quite directly at the bottom. I kind of put my holes at the side. And I probably put a couple of extra holes just to make sure we have good drainage. But that is what we're doing over here in Glory's garden this morning. And birds are chirping right now. But it has already rained, and we still have more rain to come according to the weather forecast. But you know, you have to go outside and check the weather for yourself, honey, if you want to be accurate, because no, they don't always be accurate. Because it's supposed to be sunny until later on this evening, and when I say this evening, I mean like the night, according to the weather. Okay, so we have that one done. I'm not going to let you sit and watch the other one, but we have that one done, and you can see straight through it. And that's what we want, good drainage. I may put a hole in the middle, just one. And it's in the middle of that, yeah. All right, I got those holes in. That's about 9 or 10 holes around, and that's what I'm going to be doing to the other one as well. And then I have a bag of grass back there. I'm gonna go get it. I don't know what it looks like, but I'm gonna go get it and bring it forward. At my first encounter with a frog this morning, they was inside my buckets because it rained. They don't have holes in here, so it holds water, and they had them a little place to hide on the side. So time I unstacked it, there was a little frog early this morning. I was like, hush, you cannot get away from these garden creatures, these outside creatures. Okay guys, I'm back. I'm over here at the back of my fence, the back part of my yard where we burn everything at. I came over here because I know it's some leaves over here. It's a bag of grass over here, and I bought my 2 containers over here. And because I feel like I could tote them with the leaves and stuff inside. So I came this way, trying to get you guys leveled up. So you can see what's going on. Yeah, I think that's good. So you can see what's going on. I do have some chicken bedding that I cleaned and put over there. These are very heavy. I had my husband to come out here and watch me while I started pulling on this, because it's been over by this fence a long time, honey. I just want to make sure nothing wasn't in it that could get me. And I sure did. I was like, ooh. I got more in that bucket than I do in this one. But this is what I be doing when I don't want to fill these buckets up all the way. And I'll dispose of that because I don't like plastic laying around in the yard. See, that's a piece of something Kaylani probably done had child playing with it. Or something that got raked up when husband rake up the yard. And I'm going to see how this chicken manure stack is doing over here. It seems like it has broken down pretty good. I just left it back here. It's been back here for months. That was the first bedding. This is part of the first bedding that I got from the chickens. So I'm going to be using some of this in here as well. And I'm just throwing it right in there. I have heard a couple of gardeners with chickens say they do not wait until the chicken waste is dry. They use it straight from their coop to the garden. And I think I might get a couple of more scoops of this once I get everything else. But of course I'm going to be putting amendments in here. But that's what I'm doing. That's how the bottom is filled. This one is already halfway filled. I probably need a little more something for this one. So we have some leaves that's here because we're back here in the back at the burn pile. We have some leaves right here. So I'm attempt to dig in these leaves. Trust me, I'm digging carefully because frogs and everything else like to be out here. Sometimes it'd be a lot of sticks because it's just leaves and stuff from around the yard. So I don't want a bunch of sticks. I want just leaves, something I know could break down and that the root of the flower could go through. Those sticks I'll save for when I'm trying to burn my pile to keep the gnats off me. Okay, I'm back over here and I'm placing my buckets where I want them to be. They're going to be right over here in the vineyard. I'm still rearranging things as I get new plants in. I rearrange accordingly. Down here this morning, I had a flower pot here, and it had a lot of ants in here. And being that I don't grow in the ground or anything, I was able to go ahead on and spray those with some Raid spray, because if I spray anything, any kind of spray or whatever, like in the house, sometimes you get those bugs that want to fly in, or you get a moth in there and they get to flying around, you can't hardly catch them. I use some Raid. So I just keep a can of Raid on hand and I keep it by the back door, because sometimes you have to spray out here for ants and different things like that. And that Raid work on anything, anything. So I was able to go ahead on and spray the sidewalk, let it sit a minute, and just knock those ants out. It was those red ants, what I call fire ants, because if they get on you, any ant will sting you. But those right there, if they get on you, get down in your shoe, it lasts you about a couple of weeks. Those little bumps they put on you, little water bumps they get on you, and it itches quite fiercely. You know, it really itches bad. So I was able to go ahead on and spray that with that, because I don't grow in ground. So if I was growing something in ground in this area, I would have never used that. But I was able to knock those ants out right away. Now I'm gonna go down here and get the dolly. It has my soil on it. Oh, my soil is right here. I don't have to go nowhere far. So I'm pretty sure this soil is probably a little heavy. This is a half a bag right here. I'm gonna go ahead and use it first. When I looked at the grape and the grapes and how they were wrapped, and I'll let you all see it. Of course, I have to put amendments in here, break up some of these rocks that's in here. Pull you guys in just a tad closer, because sometimes we get busy and the camera is not aimed. You can't see anything that we're doing because you get busy and you don't turn the camera. So I was trying to keep it off afar so I didn't have to worry about that. Some sticks in here. This is Kellogg. This is the thing I'm using. It's Kellogg. It's a raised bed and all natural potting mix, just because it has a bunch of sticks in it. So they call it all potting mix, but you can use it in your raised bed, your raised bed planting pots, and in ground. So this is one thing that is good for everything. It does have a list of ingredients in it, and basically it says it has some poultry manure, peat moss, sand ground dominant limestone, worm casting, bat gum, which is bat casting, kelp meal, and organic fertilizer in here as well. 1% nitrogen is what it says in there. So usually Kellogg does not smell this strong, but these past couple of bags that I have, they smell awful. So I'm thinking they must be stepped their game up and put a little more whatever it is they put in here, because baby, ooh, about to take me out. And I think I may top this with some if I get everything in here, I think I'm gonna top it with some ocean forest. Let me grab my amendments. Okay, I don't have anything still mixed up. All that I put in that pot yesterday, baby, I done used all of that. It's some bone meal by High Yield. Some blood meal. And I wanted to go ahead and get this done, so if it rains anymore and I can't get out here, those grapes are out of that those little boxes. You'll see what I'm talking about when I open it up and show you guys. And that was worm casting. And this is the ammonium sulfate. I'm going to put a little bit of that in here as well. We're going to mix up. And once this plant starts growing and it hits down to the bottom, it'll run into that the chicken casting and the breakdown of the leaves and the wood chips that was in there. I'm gonna get my ocean forest soil. So guys, stand by. I have to go get that. That's at the other end of the garden. Okay, I'm back. I got my ocean forest. I left this bag wide open yesterday when I left out of here. Usually I roll everything down and try to close it up because I know the frogs and lizards like to jump in your stuff, man. And I did not do that yesterday. So I'm gonna open this up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This is how it comes with the top, and the top is slit open so you can easily get it off from around the plant. And I did water these while they were in this container. Now that the top is on, you don't have to worry about it coming off. I don't want to break my little plant down to the bottom. I'm going to show you all how it is. This is what this is. Seedless Reliance grapes. It is seedless. It's the grapes are the perfect addition. Y'all, sorry. Everybody want to race early this morning. So, and I kind of should have done had this down, but this is my season to plant it because on this map, it says April and March for my area because I am in Georgia, Zone 9B. Okay, and it's saying soak roots only. I believe I was soaking them because, honey, I've been pouring water in there every day. Now, I'm just reading instructions on here, just scanning through. Okay, it says Great Reliance Seedless produces dense cluster of red grapes with abundant crop. So we're going to see. Like I said, I still buy grapes, seedless grapes at the store. I know a lot of people be like, oh no, I just get seedless. Yeah, I have gotten seedless, but not as much as I get seeded grapes. So, and I'm not even finna act like, oh, I get seeded grapes all the time. That's all I get. No, it's not. I love the seedless grapes. And so as you can see, this is just wrapped. I don't want to lose all the wrapping on it. This is just wrapped in. And I think I want to save this coming out. I'll put this around the top, all this mulch, because that's basically what this is mulch on the roots. Okay. Yeah. I don't want it too far down in this dirt. I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead on and lay that right there. And that's the bulb of it right there. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put some. I don't want it too low in the ground, but I don't want it too high above this pot either. Okay, the root is all the way up here. There's the little root ball. They had it in all the way up here to this much. So I'm gonna do the same. Drop it in as high as they had it. Try to dig a hole so the root could just go down and not have to curl up. But still covering all of the root. And I want it more in the middle. So some roots sticking up. I'm going to stick that root back down in here. Give that root a chance to spread out. He said make it firm around it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm thinking I probably should drop it some more according to where the thing was wrapped to. That's what I think I need to do. I don't want to go too far down with it, but I don't want to have it too far up to where it's not doing what it's supposed to do. I'm just looking at the other things that I have over here and how I have them. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Plant these just like I did my other ones. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, good. Then all the root is in. Okay, yeah, that's better. This is exactly how I have my other ones. Right at this V, but not covered. So, and if it's wrong, hey, we'll try it again. If for some reason it don't make it or it die, we'll try it again. But I want to have plenty of space for water. But I don't want it so deep down in the pot that, you know. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good, guys. I think that looks pretty good. So that's that one, and I'm not going to do the other one. And the stuff in here, it's the little stuff. I'm going to just sprinkle it around here. They had this in the bottom of the thing, so water wasn't really getting out. I was watering it, wasn't really getting out. I'm going to put that in there, and also going to add some of my own mulch because I want it mulched in real good. It's going to get hot out here this summer, guys. I know it's going to get hot. You know, you can't hardly be outside working, so if I can't stand outside, I know these plants won't be able to take it. So I'm going to really mulch this in heavily like I did my other grapevines. So once we water, it could at least help hold the water in. You know, these plants are sitting out here, the ground get hot, the pots that they're in get hot, you know, so we want to make sure that the water we give them is in here. And I'm going to show y'all what I'm going to do so it can vine up. Stand by. For right now, what I'm going to do so it can vine up if it needs to grab hold or something, I'm going to put these 6 feet bamboo sticks back here. Because I do have those old trellis from the other grapevines that I had. I do have that, but I'm going to stick these down in here because before I had trellises, I used to make my own. And I'll use these bamboo sticks just for that. But I'm pretty sure these can just wrap around these sticks. If it needs to grab hold of something, something is there for it to grab hold to, something sturdy. Just push it down in there, and that's all I'm going to do for it. And it'll wrap around. It'll find its way to when it start reaching out. It'll reach for that. And I'm just going to push these down in there. There we go. And that the weight of the sand and the bucket will hold them while the vine wraps around. I'm pretty sure these won't produce any grapes this year. I'm pretty sure, but they will still need something to vine on. And I don't want it vining up on my cherry plant, on my raspberry plant right here. So I'm going to go ahead on and put some extra mulch around it because what they gave is good if you was putting it in a small pot. But I have already put this in its permanent home. I did want the 21 gallon, but this is 17 gallon, which is all they had in the store for the price that I wanted to pay. Surely they had something bigger, but I'm not paying hundreds of dollars. So get this mulched in pretty good. All right, guys, that's it on that. That is mulched in. It is looking good. It is prepared to be out here. It is still growing. It grew well in that box, and we're going to see how it does in the garden. All right. Okay, guys, I am at the end, and the last thing we should do with something that we just planted is water it in. And I'm going to soak these in real good because this soil was very dry. So I'm going to give them a good old soak, going back and forth in between the two, making sure to get them both soaked in real good. It's supposed to rain, But I have these sitting up under a plum tree. Well, Japanese plums. It's sitting up under one of the plum tree, and the foliage on that tree is very thick. So I doubt if too much rain will actually get into this bucket and to either one of these, because this is a sunny, shady spot. It gets a lot of sun here, but then they will have the shade of this tree, and we will see how they grow here. And I like the water going back and forth in between the two, giving the water a chance to settle in and not just flood it out where the water just rushed from the bottom. I did put perlite in this particular one over here with the Marquise grapes. I forgot to add perlites to the Reliance grapes, but it'll be all right. I wasn't finna dig it out to go back and add anything. But I'm going to kind of water until I start seeing water come from the bottom at least. Then I know it's kind of soaked in. And all the dirt around this thing was very, very dry. But going back and forth between the two gives the water a chance to soak down. And if you have to, stop a minute, let your water go down, see if the water seeps down. So you'll know that the soil is absorbing the water and you don't have standing water. I have water coming from the bottom of this one and water coming from the bottom of this one. So I'm going to leave it at that. These are kind of on uneven pavement to where they kind of tilt back. So I'm going to put water around the front. I haven't had these other grapes been on this same side. So, and I haven't had any problem with the watering. I just have to know, to put extra water in. But that's it, guys. That is the final thing. I wanted to come back and show you that, we should water in, and that is what I've done. And hopefully the rain and the sunshine to take care of the rest in between me putting water in it. All right, guys, that's it for today over here in Glory's Garden. We'll see you guys in this garden later.